recognize that, look, this is an open infrastructure, and yes, we would love for this to be the infrastructure that central banks launch their retail central bank digital currencies on. And some of the criteria that we kind of optimize for from a design perspective are ones that central banks would care for in the same way, right? I mean, for something to be used on a mobile phone, if you think about a retail central bank digital currency, is obviously also very important. And so at a high level, I think the current kind of stablecoin market, as big as it is, I think is only a fraction of what this market can be. You're seeing it today, right? You're seeing it if someone will have to wait, 3 weeks for kind of a relief check to arrive, right? Or may have to wait months for getting a relief payment, where with, a technology like Celo, I could literally kind of make a payment, to you within seconds, and you would have it on your phone. You could go to a store and pay for it, right? So obviously there are trade-offs that come with that. And so it's important to not just kind of take this lightly, but I think the technology advantage is so clear, and not just specific to Celo, but this is kind of, I think, applies to the space more broadly, that we do need a different way to look at this from a regulatory perspective. And, we've been engaging regulators, and we have a team internally that's doing that. We've also brought people over from the US Federal Reserve who are thinking through kind of this, how does this work in the context of central bank digital currencies? And, I think, we're small, but thank you for asking. Yeah, we're very focused obviously on these kind of financial use cases. And so that's kind of where a lot of our focus, and this is where a lot of the communication is kind of aimed at. But, really, anything you could build on Ethereum, you could build on Celo kind of theoretically, right? So there's not necessarily that kind of limitation, though I will say that a lot of the features of the underlying kind of core infrastructure are specifically aimed at enabling a better experience around these financial kind of use cases. And so to give some examples, obviously, as you know, Celo is proof of stake, and so it has fast finality, faster block times. It has a lot of the kind of nice decentralization features right from launch.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher, and guys, please like and subscribe. If you do like what you're listening to, please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that everything is planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books, Cryptoteacher NWO book, also those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon, much love, and then also those who've been purchasing from the store, much love. Thanks a lot, keep blowing it up. And then also, guys, don't forget to like and share the video. Now, of course, we want to go over Bitcoin and cryptos first. Basically, we see that cryptos have went up. The actual altcoins have took a little spike. Bitcoin is a little up also. Guys, don't forget that we have back, I think it's on the 16th. So basically, that's your trading range. Then you know we're going to take a leg down. Of course, if you're a trader, you don't care whether we go up or down. You're going to short it. But don't forget the dates, guys. Do not forget the dates. Now, we saw Tether get more increase. It wasn't a big increase, but it was a couple hundred million, guys. They're still pumping Tether. Now, guys, we're going to go into the video with Renee Reinberg. Now, don't forget that he went to MIT, sold, I think it was Loca, sold that to GoDaddy. Now, basically, it was some very interesting facts that I found out about it. Now, of course, I put that in my Patreon a few days ago. But the fact is, they're working with the Federal Reserve, guys. Now, like you stated, is that you can put the same way you're building on Ethereum, the same way you can build on Celo. So do not forget that. And always remember, everything is done behind the scene. Remember, it went on Coinbase, got that 32% spike. It didn't go on Coinbase for any reason. Remember what Brian said, that they're building the economy, the new digital economy, guys. Do not forget about that. Now, let's get over into the actual crypto news. We have 1inches. Mooniswap integrates with Tron blockchain. Another stablecoin. Tron is remember That's all Sun kept putting out, is how much tether they have sitting in the back. So guys, do not forget about that. We have USDC has 1,000 transactions per second with near zero fees. Who has USDC? Who is that? Of course, that is Goldman Sachs, Circle. So guys, stable coins are being more and more of a piece to this puzzle. We anytime that the legislation comes out, who comes out with an article? Of course, yes, that's right, Ripple. So Ripple advised the role of digital assets and cross-border payments, of course, the ISO standard. Now, we had the U.S. legislators combine the bill, the study for blockchain and commerce. Guys, don't forget to check out that video. I sent it out early so everybody could see it no matter what part of the world that you're at. So don't forget to check out that video I did earlier today. And basically, that's just going over how they're going to be studying, putting in a pilot program for this actual digital economy on blockchain. So everything is going to be moved over to blockchain, guys. Now we have crypto back app, Abra as 18 cryptocurrencies. We have in Africa, small value payments increased more than 55%. And don't forget, basically parts of Africa, Asia, their KYC is totally different than ours. So I just want, because I know a lot of people have sent me emails about that. No, the unbanked KYC is totally different than ours. What we doing, social security number and all this picture. You got to put your date of birth and name. Got to hold a piece of paper beside your head. All that crazy stuff. Of course, in these unbanked areas, you don't have to do any of that. You fill it out, boom, you're gone. How it's supposed to be. Remember when cryptocurrencies first started, you just create anything and you didn't have to put your real information in or anything like that. And of course, in these unbanked areas, it's the same way. Now, IRS spent $250,000 in analytic tools. Guys, you know they're going to be tracing the money. Make sure they get their share. Now, of course, startup Reno tokenized nearly $237 million worth of real estate. Remember, guys, I go over this all the time. Real estate is going to be key. Anything that's big in this current market, real estate, insurance, loans, anything that's big in the current state, look out for those, and that's the easiest way to get yourself invested. Now, we have with Salo, who do we have? Marc Andreessen. What do? We follow the money. And I put that in my Patreon. I put it up here several times. All the things that they're invested in, you have to keep going to that site because they don't lose. Everything they touch turns to gold, guys. Now, we have Russian blockchain voting system and GitHub. And then also, guys, we see that we've been piloting that also inside the United States. And then lastly, we have the Microsoft patent where you can mine using your body, all that. And basically that caught some attention. But guys, that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Cryptoteacher NWO book, cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance, and then also your stocks, Cobalt, gaming, banking, chip stocks. Also, everybody sitting at home, don't forget about the at-home stocks. Also, the C word, the biotech stocks, don't forget about that. They're still pumping and dumping. And then while everybody's sitting at home, getting free money or waiting on the free money, what are they doing? That's right, drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and y'all have a wonderful day.
So first off, I love the tagline you have on the homepage. Let's make money. It's
you know, there's a word that rotates through that.
No, I know. It's very clever. Let's make it accessible. But it disappears. It disappears for a while.
That's pretty funny. I hadn't thought about it that way. That's
it's good. It's subliminal. So there's like plausible deniability, right? It's not like, hey, you're going to get filthy fucking rich, but really you are. But there's other things too. It's really well done. But the so as people look to get involved, you're a few months away still from mainnet, still going through security audits, and do you have a kind of target date for mainnet launch, or at least the first phase of mainnet?
Yeah, we're pretty much there. So we all the audits are completed. We're currently we just kind of in the last few days stood up a test that was kind of a dry run for what will be mainnet. And so in the coming weeks, we'll have a release candidate that will become mainnet over time, assuming that everything kind of goes smoothly. So at this point, I would say we're just a few weeks away from mainnet being live, which is really exciting. And unlike a SaaS launch where you push a button and the app is live, obviously here there's a series of steps that it takes before the assets start trading on exchanges and so forth. But we're in the very final stages now, which is great. And I think especially with the current situation and crisis, I feel the team has really been leaning in, and same for our kind of collaborators in the alliance. I think the need for an infrastructure like Celo is bigger than ever, and with that, I feel everybody is kind of stepping on the gas and working even harder and trying to kind of get this out faster. And our hope, I think, collectively is that this can become a part of the solution, and it's something that could be used even in the near future. And so it's been a crazy time, but personally very rewarding, because I think it's a lot of things like cash transfer programs, things that we've talked about for a long time, but now it's really it's hitting home. It's being discussed in Europe, in the US, and so it's I think it's an interesting time for the space.